Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Did you know that a simple US dime from 1987 could be worth a jaw-dropping $111 million? Yes, you heard that right. A coin that most people overlook as just 10 cents could actually make you an instant multimillionaire. But how is this possible? What makes this coin so special? And most importantly, do you have one in your pocket right now? Stick around because we're diving deep into the incredible history, rare errors, and unbelievable value of the 1987 Roosevelt dime. Before we jump into the incredible value of this coin, let's take a quick look at its history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, replacing the Mercury dime. This was done to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a significant role in leading the U.S. through World War II and was instrumental in the fight against polio. The U.S. Mint has been producing Roosevelt dimes ever since, but the 1987 version holds a mystery that could make you rich. The 1987 Roosevelt dime was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. However, not all of them are worth millions. What makes a dime rare and valuable comes down to a few key factors: minting errors, composition, and historical significance. So why is this specific 1987 dime worth a mind-blowing $111 million? Well, there are a few possibilities. Some rare coins gain extreme value due to minting errors, off-metal strikes, or experimental compositions. In the case of the 1987 dime, experts believe there could be a one-of-a-kind error that makes it incredibly valuable. Here are a few error types that could skyrocket the value of a dime. Double die error: if the coin was struck twice, it creates a noticeable doubling of the design, making it highly collectible. Off-center strike: if the design is not perfectly centered, the coin becomes unique and valuable. Wrong planchet error: some dimes were accidentally struck on silver planchets, making them worth a fortune. No mint mark error: some 1987 dimes from the Philadelphia Mint were mistakenly made without a mint mark, increasing their rarity. Now, let's talk about the legend of the $111 million dime. This story has circulated among collectors for years, but is it real? Some experts believe that a unique prototype or experimental dime could exist, one that was never meant to be released into circulation. If such a coin exists, it would be the rarest U.S. coin ever discovered. According to speculation, a special version of the 1987 dime may have been struck with 100% pure silver or another rare metal composition as an experiment. If this is true, it would explain the astronomical price tag. However, until an official sale happens, this remains one of the biggest mysteries in coin collecting. Alright, so how can you check if you have a rare 1987 dime? Follow these steps. Look for a mint mark. If there's no P, D, or S mark, you may have a rare error coin. Check for errors. Use a magnifying glass to see if there's any doubling or misalignment. Weigh your coin. A normal 1987 dime weighs 2.268 grams. If yours is significantly different, it might be a special strike. Use a magnet. Dimes are not magnetic, so if yours sticks to a magnet, something unusual is going on. Get it professionally graded. If you suspect your dime is rare, send it to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, for verification. Even if your 1987 dime isn't worth $111 million, some error dimes have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. So it's definitely worth checking. Did you know that some dimes have already sold for insane amounts? Here are a few record-breaking sales. 1894 S. Barber dime, sold for $1.9 million in 2016. 1975 Noah's Roosevelt dime, sold for $456,000 because of a rare minting mistake. 1968 Noah's Roosevelt dime, sold for $40,000 at auction. If a single 1987 dime was found with a once-in-a-lifetime error, it could easily break all these records. So, do you have a $1 million dime sitting in your pocket right now? If you do, you might just be the next big winner in the coin collecting world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you have a 1987 dime. Who knows, maybe we'll help you discover a hidden treasure. And if you want to see more rare coins worth big money, check out our next video where we reveal the top 5 dimes that could make you rich. See you next time. Next, what if I told you that a simple 2003 US dime, a coin worth just 10 cents, could be valued at an insane $800 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But this dime isn't just any ordinary coin. It's one of the rarest, most mysterious, and most valuable coins in American history. How is this possible? Why is this coin worth so much money? And most importantly, do you have one hiding in your pocket right now? Stick around because we're about to uncover the shocking truth behind the 2003 Roosevelt dime that could change your life. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who played a crucial role in leading the U.S. through World War II and was a major advocate for the fight against polio. Since then, the dime has been a staple of American currency, minted every year in different locations across the country, but among the billions of dimes produced, a handful stand out as extraordinarily valuable. And one of them is the 2003 Roosevelt dime, a coin that has left collectors in absolute shock. The 2003 Roosevelt dime was minted in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, San Francisco, S. Proof coins. While most of these dimes are worth only their face value, a few rare error coins and possible experimental strikes have been rumored to be worth millions, even hundreds of millions of dollars. Alright, let's get to the big question: how can a tiny 2003 dime be worth a staggering $800 million? Well, there are a few shocking possibilities. The ultra-rare experimental silver strike theory: most dimes made after 1965 were struck using a copper-nickel clad composition. However, rumors suggest that a small batch of 2003 dimes may have been struck on pure silver planchets as part of an experimental test. If this is true, it would mean that an extremely rare pure silver 2003 Roosevelt dime exists, and because no official records confirm their production, their value could be astronomical. The minting error that changed everything. Coin errors can increase the value of any coin, and certain 2003 Roosevelt dimes have been found with bizarre and rare minting errors, including double die errors, when the coin is struck twice, creating a blurry, doubled appearance. Off-center strikes, where the design isn't properly aligned, missing clad layer, if the outer nickel layer is missing, exposing the inner copper core. A unique error could be enough to make this dime worth millions, but could it really reach $800 million? The lost prototype or one-of-a-kind coin. Some experts believe that a one-of-a-kind prototype dime may have been struck in 2003, possibly using an unknown metal composition or a unique striking process that was never meant to be released into circulation. If such a dime exists and is verified, it would instantly become the most valuable U.S. coin ever discovered. Now, here's the most important part: how can you check if you have a rare 2003 dime? Follow these simple steps. Look for a mint mark. If your dime is missing a mint mark, it could be an error coin. Check for a double die error. Look for doubling on the date, letters, or Roosevelt's face. Weigh your coin. A normal 2003 dime weighs 2.268 grams. If yours weighs significantly more or less, it could be a rare strike. Use a magnet. If your dime sticks to a magnet, it's likely made from a different metal than usual. Examine the edge. A normal dime has a reeded edge, but a missing or smooth edge could indicate an error. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare dime, send it to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, for authentication. Still not convinced that dimes can be worth millions? Let's look at some record-breaking sales. 1894 S. Barber dime, sold for $1.9 million in 2016. 1975 Noah's Roosevelt dime, sold for $456,000 at auction. 1968 Noah's Proof dime, sold for $40,000 due to its rarity. If a single 2003 dime is truly a one-of-a-kind prototype or experimental strike, it could shatter all these records and even reach $800 million. So, do you have $1 million dime sitting in your pocket? If so, you could be holding one of the rarest coins in history. Check your spare change, because you never know what treasures you might find. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you have a 2003 dime. Who knows, maybe we'll help you discover a hidden fortune. And if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, check out our next video where we reveal the top 10 dimes worth over $1 million. See you there! Last, imagine digging through your pocket change and finding a dime from 2012 only to discover it could be worth a mind-blowing $80 million. Sounds like a dream, right? But believe it or not, some coins have been found with rare errors and unusual features that make them worth life-changing money. So what makes the 2012 Roosevelt dime so special? Why is this tiny 10-cent coin potentially worth a fortune? And most importantly, do you have one of these rare dimes in your pocket right now? Stick around because we're about to uncover the shocking truth behind the 2012 dime that could make you a millionaire. The Roosevelt dime has been a part of American currency since 1946, replacing the Mercury dime to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Over the years, billions of dimes have been produced, but a few rare and unique ones have been discovered with features that make them worth big money. And now, let's fast forward to 2012, when the US Mint produced hundreds of millions of dimes. While most were ordinary, a few may have been struck with critical errors or rare compositions that sent their values skyrocketing into the millions. The 2012 Roosevelt dime was minted in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, San Francisco, S, proof coins. While most dimes from 2012 are only worth their face value of 10 cents, certain error coins and possible experimental strikes could be worth an incredible $80 million or more. Alright, let's get to the big question: how can a tiny 2012 dime be worth an insane $80 million? There are a few shocking possibilities. Rare experimental silver strike theory. Most dimes made after 1965 were struck using a copper-nickel clad composition, but rumors suggest that a small batch of 2012 dimes may have been struck on pure silver planchets as part of a secret experimental test. If this is true, it would mean that an extremely rare pure silver 2012 Roosevelt dime exists, and because no official records confirm their production, their value could be absolutely astronomical. The ultra-rare minting error theory. Coin errors can make an ordinary dime worth millions. Some of the rarest error types that could make a 2012 Roosevelt dime extremely valuable include double die errors, when the coin is struck twice, causing a doubled appearance on letters or Roosevelt's profile. Off-center strikes. If the design isn't perfectly centered, it could be one of a kind. Missing clad layer. A normal dime has a copper core, but if the outer nickel layer is missing, it becomes a highly valuable rarity. A wrong planchet error. If a 2012 dime was struck on a foreign coin's planchet, it could be worth a fortune. The legendary lost prototype dime. Some collectors believe that a prototype version of the 2012 dime exists, possibly struck in a rare metal like platinum or an experimental alloy. If such a coin exists and is verified, it would instantly become one of the most valuable coins in US history. Now, the most important question: how can you check if you have a rare 2012 dime? Follow these simple steps. Look for a mint mark. If your dime is missing a mint mark, it could be an error coin. Check for a double die error. Look for doubling on the date, letters, or Roosevelt's face. Weigh your coin. A normal 2012 dime weighs 2.268 grams. If yours weighs more or less, it could be special. Use a magnet. If your dime sticks to a magnet, it may have been struck on the wrong metal. Examine the edge. A missing or smooth edge could mean an error coin worth big money. Get it professionally graded. If you suspect your dime is rare, send it to PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, for authentication. Still not convinced that dimes can be worth millions? Check out these record-breaking sales. 1894 S Barber dime, sold for $1.9 million in 2016. 1975 Noah's Roosevelt dime, sold for $456,000 at auction. 1968 Noah's proof dime, sold for $40,000 due to its rarity. If a single 2012 dime is confirmed as a one-of-a-kind error or prototype, it could shatter all these records and even reach $80 million. So, do you have $1 million dime sitting in your change jar? Check your dimes today, because you could be holding one of the rarest coins in history. If you've got a 2012 US dime, you might want to check your spare change right now. Because one small mistake at the US Mint could mean that an ordinary dime has transformed into a historic, record-breaking treasure. Stick around as we uncover the mind-blowing history, rare errors, and hidden secrets behind the most valuable dimes ever found. Could you be holding onto $1 million fortune without even knowing it? Let's find out. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1946, replacing the Mercury dime to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was instrumental in leading the nation through World War II and a champion in the fight against polio. From 1946 to today, billions of these dimes have been produced in different compositions ranging from 90% silver, before 1965, to the more modern copper-nickel clad versions that we use today. But here's where things get interesting. Fast forward to 2012, a year when the U.S. Mint produced millions of dimes at three main facilities: Philadelphia Mint, P, Denver Mint, D, San Francisco Mint, S, only for proof coins. While most of these dimes are common, some might have errors, rare compositions, or even experimental strikes that could make them worth a fortune. And when we say fortune, we're talking about $80 million or more. So, what could possibly make a 2012 dime worth more than a luxury mansion, a private jet, or even a small island? Let's explore the mind-blowing possibilities. The mysterious silver strike theory. We all know that after 1965, dimes were no longer made of silver. But some experts believe that a small batch of 2012 dimes may have been accidentally struck on pure silver planchets due to a mix-up at the U.S. Mint. If true, this would mean that a one-of-a-kind 2012 silver dime exists, a coin that was never supposed to be released into circulation. With zero official records confirming such a coin, if one were found, it could immediately become one of the rarest coins in U.S. history. The multi-million-dollar minting error theory. Even the slightest minting mistake can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Some of the most valuable coin errors that could make a 2012 Roosevelt dime worth millions include double die errors. If a dime is struck twice, causing a blurry, doubled appearance on letters or Roosevelt's face, it becomes a highly sought-after collector's item. Off-center strikes. If the coin's design is misaligned, it can become a one-of-a-kind rarity. Missing clad layer. If the outer nickel layer is missing, revealing the copper core, the value can skyrocket. Wrong planchet error. If a dime was mistakenly struck on a foreign coin's planchet or a leftover experimental metal, it could be priceless. The lost prototype dime, a once-in-a-lifetime discovery? Here's where things get really crazy. Some numismatists, coin experts, believe that a prototype version of the 2012 dime may exist. What does this mean? Imagine a coin made of a super rare metal, struck with an ultra-high relief design, or created as an early experimental test before mass production. If a collector were to uncover such a coin, the auction price could shatter all records, reaching $80 million or even more. Now for the most important question: how can you check if you have a rare 2012 dime? Follow these steps to see if you're sitting on a fortune. Examine the mint mark. If your dime is missing a mint mark or has an unusual marking, it could be an error. Look for doubling. Use a magnifying glass to check for double die errors on the date, letters, or Roosevelt's face. Weigh your coin. A normal 2012 dime should weigh 2.268 grams. If yours weighs significantly more or less, it could be rare. Test with a magnet. If your dime sticks to a magnet, it may have been struck on a foreign or experimental planchet. Check the edge. A smooth or missing reeded edge could mean an error worth thousands or even millions. Get it professionally graded. If you think you have a rare dime, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. So, what do you think? Could there be a multi-million-dollar 2012 dime still waiting to be discovered? If so, you could be the lucky person to find it. Check your change, your piggy bank, and even old collections. You never know what treasures you might find out. If you love rare coin stories and want more mind-blowing discoveries, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. And don't miss our next video, where we reveal the top 10 dimes worth over $1 million. See you there!